Alright, we're drawing around 16 amps on 7th gear. Let's get to 28 miles an hour. And that's kind of steady pedaling. That's the current draw as we're staying at 28 miles an hour.
Hello and welcome to Random Things. This is Ty, and for today's ride, we're going to take the XPremium on Pedal Assist 5. We're going to try to see what kind of mileage we get in the battery drawdown riding on the Pedal Assist 5 mode. Now, probably not going to be able to ride until the battery's dead, so we're going to have to do a little bit of projecting, but it seems to be fairly, I guess it gives you a good idea of what you can get to. It's not perfect, obviously, and obviously road conditions and wind conditions, all those other things factors into what kind of distance you can get riding at any of the pedal assist modes. So we're going to look at pedal assist 5 today. We're also going to go through shifting and try to figure out what the sweet spot is for this particular bike at pedal assist mode 5. As you've seen hopefully in some of the other videos in pedal assist 3, the sweet spot is 5th gear, and you'll go around 18 miles an hour. The sweet spot for pedal assist 4 is 6th gear, and you're going to ride around 22 miles an hour. And so we'll figure out what the sweet spot is for pedal assist 5 on the XPremium. So with that, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll see you at the wrap up.
Alright, let's go through the starting stats. We're starting the ride with 1,432 miles. Obviously we haven't started moving yet, and so we're starting with 55 volts and no current, and that's the time. Okay, so let's cycle through the gears on PAS5. So right now we're in first gear, so just ghost pedaling. It's kind of jumping a little bit just to go to 10 miles an hour. Really don't want to be in first gear on pedal S5 if you're on the flats, right? So shifting to second gear, we will speed up. You see that jerky motion, that's just the bike trying to find its speed. And right now I'm just really still ghost pedaling on second gear. On third gear, there we go. Starting to feel a little bit more resistance. But there's ghost pedaling again. Jumped up to 16, now it's going to back off until it finds that cadence, that resistance. Fourth gear. Right, now we're getting to 10 amps, getting about 20 miles an hour, but still a lot of ghost pedaling. Fifth gear, should start to see more steady current draw. And that's really what you want. You want that steady current. The bike is really riding for me at this point at 23 miles an hour. I'm really just on the edge of ghost pedaling and not doing any hardcore pedaling. And that's why you see that current just jumping, right? Because you don't have that steady resistance on the pedals. Let's go to 6th gear. Now I feel like this is a pretty sweet spot for this bike. 6th gear, you're going to draw around, 12 to 13 amps, as long as you put good resistance on the bike. And you're going to pedal around 25 miles an hour, but you're not really pedaling really, really hard. Now let's go to 7th. 7th, it's going to give you that current. And this is where you got to pedal hard. Now you can get up to that 28 miles an hour. So now I'm pedaling, right? It's helping me. I'm pedaling. See, the current will start to drop as I reach 28 miles an hour, because now it's assisting me. It's not pedaling for me, but I have to pedal to sustain 28 miles an hour. All right, let's do a midpoint check-in. We are at 1448 miles. Currently ridden 15.7 miles. We still have a little bit over 47 volts We're currently drawing anywhere from, I don't know, 10 to 15 amps. I would say kind of on the 13 to 14 amp range. We are riding on 6th gear, pedal assist 5. And we're just kind of cruising along at 25 miles an hour. Okay, let's run through the bike. We're almost at our destination. So, we're riding in 7th gear right now, 27 miles an hour. 1456 miles. We've gone 24 miles on this trip so far. We only have about 46 volts left. We're currently drawing around 12 to 15 amps. Alright, so here's the final stats. We're at 1457 miles. That's the odometer reading. The trip was 24.7 miles. The resting voltage is around 48 volts, so that's different from the riding voltage. So when we get to the riding voltage of 43 volts, that's the cutoff. So we still actually have quite a bit of battery, so I'm actually pretty impressed. Obviously drawing no current, and the ride time was 1 hour and 21 minutes. Obviously that took a little longer for today's ride because I was doing a lot of recording. So we'll actually check out the actual ride time in the summary, which is coming up next. Okay, let's summarize today's ride on Pedal Assist 5 on the XPremium. So as you can see, when we're shifting through gears, gears 1 and 2 really didn't do much. Gear 3 is really where the motor kind of starts sensing your pedaling, and so that's probably a good gear to start when you have a takeoff. But it's pretty much still a lot of ghost pedaling. It's the motor's going to try to go too fast, faster than you're able to spin those cranks. When you get to 4, it starts to stabilize a little bit, and really 5, 5th gear, is where at Pedal Assist 5 you start to really get into more of a rhythm with the bike, but even then it's under geared. In other words, the gears are still a little too big. When you get to 6th gear, the bike will ride anywhere from 23 to 25 miles an hour, drawing anywhere from 12 to 14 amps. I actually kind of like this spot as kind of the sweet spot. I know that you can go to 7th gear and it will be about the same current draw and maybe just a hair, half mile an hour faster. So you're looking at maybe steady speed drawing 14 amps going 25 miles an hour. But I'd like to try to do that in 6th gear instead of 7th gear. And the reason is because when you go to 7th gear, you're on that smallest gear. And it puts a lot of strain on the drivetrain, on the chain itself, and also on the gear. And so I find that I can achieve kind of the same thing, the same speed. I spin a little bit faster, but I also spin a lot easier compared to spinning on 7th gear. So spinning on 6th gear, I find it to be more nimble, and it gets me to that 24, 25 miles an hour as kind of the sweet spot. Now to really get to that 28 miles an hour, you really got to pedal. So the motor will take you up to 25 miles an hour, but to get to that 28, you need to put in that work for that extra 3 miles an hour. Now you can probably ride at 28 miles an hour for a pretty good while. When I was actually pumping and riding at 28 miles an hour, my current is actually somewhere around 12 amps. So that's actually pretty good. But that's because I am really pushing hard on the pedal. And in my current shape, I'm not sure how long I can sustain that speed. So the reality is, when you're on Pedal Assist 5, you're really only going to be riding at 24, 25, unless you really are strong and you're pedaling like heck. So the question then becomes, when do you use Pedal Assist 5? And is it really worth it? When you look at the battery draw, we started at 55 and we ended at 48. And this is, I'm using, I guess the resting voltage, right? So it was around 7 volts and we rode 24 miles. That's roughly 3.5 miles per volt. We have 47 volts. We probably have about 3 to 4 more volts left. And so we can probably push the bike at Pedal Assist 5 to about
35-mile range, as opposed to on Pedal Assist 4, I did it in a separate test. I was able to actually get 50 miles riding on Pedal Assist 4, and the average speed overall is about the same. When you factor in stoplights and stop signs and traffic and people, when I ride that same route, that 20-mile route, my average speed is around 19 miles an hour. Even though when I'm looking at my speedometer, I can see that on Pedal Assist 5, I'm actually pedaling at 25, 28, so it feels faster. But overall, you're not going to gain that much more time, right? Because you got to stop for lights, and your legs are going to get tired, so you're going to want to slow down a little bit. And you can practically achieve the same thing on Pedal Assist Mode 4 versus 5, and you use actually quite a bit less current, so you can get a lot more distance. And so if you're riding a short distance, if you know you're only going to ride 20 miles that day, and you really don't want to put in a lot of work, and you want to ride at the 25-mile-an-hour range, yeah, go ahead and put on Pedal Assist 5. But again, having said that, when you are using a current of 15 to 17 amps, besides the fact that you're actually using a lot of battery, that kind of amp translates to torque, right? And it's actually putting a lot of strain on the chain and also on the rear gears. And so over time, you're going to get more chain degradation and possibly damage to the gears. Ultimately, you're going to have to change that out. So you're going to have to really weigh whether or not it's worth it to ride on Pedal Assist 5. For me, I will most likely ride on Pedal Assist 5 if I'm trying to catch up to a group, or I can see that blinking hand saying, hey, I'm green right now, but I'm going to turn red soon, or turn yellow. I would probably crank it up a little bit just so that I can securely cross the green light, right? You don't want to try to rush a yellow light, because the danger is the cross traffic. People in cars likes to time lights, and so you don't want to cross on a yellow, right? It's not worth it. You got a motor. Just stop and start when it's green again. But sometimes you can see, hey, I can confidently cross that green, but I need to go a little faster and my legs just aren't helping. Go to 5, right? And that will get you across that light safely before it turns yellow. So that's probably where I would use Pedal Assist 5. But for me, my jam is really Pedal Assist 4 in 6th gear, riding around 23 to 24 miles an hour. I think that's good distance, good current draw, fast enough. Only use Pedal Assist 5 when I absolutely need to, or I'm just tired, or if I'm trying to catch a group, or maybe if I'm towing some roadies that got left behind by their roadie friends, which happened to me last week when I had to help him catch up to his group going 26, 27 miles an hour, and I was the windshield. So with that, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like and share button. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. That would really help me out. As always, thank you for watching. And now, we're going to probably shift to more maintenance of the bike now that I put all these miles on the bike. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next random video.